Hello everyone, my name is Emily Elizondo and today I'll be discussing my research on the search for rocks and rings around young stars. Young stars can often host disks of gas and dust, and these disks can become breeding grounds for planetary formation. The goal for this research is to search for eclipses caused by such circumstellar disks, because by finding these disks we have a direct way to study the building blocks of planets. An example of this phenomenon happening is in the RW system. A light curve of this star can be shown here, and a light curve is simply the brightness of a star over the period of time. In this shaded region here, we see where the eclipse occurred, and we can see that the brightness decreased by a significant amount. Another example of this phenomenon occurring is in the J1407b system. This green line here indicates the position of the star, and it's thought that the eclipse was caused by a planet that was surrounded by a large ring system. For this research, we used data from the Kilodegree Extremely Little Telescope, or KELT survey, and this survey was used for detecting transiting exoplanets. And the two telescopes combined observed about 80% of the sky with a 30-minute cadence. A pre-made sequence sample from the Zari et al. 2018 paper was cross-matched with KELT data, and the corresponding light curves were then analyzed. For each target, a vetting page was created, containing a full light curve, which can be seen here. And along with looking for eclipses, we could also look for rotational periods. Because we know that young stars often have spots, we can look for sinusoidal brightening and dimming. We can use a periodicity search to detect these periodic signals. We used one called a Lomskargel periodogram. And from this, we gathered the top 3 rotational periods and used these to phase fold the data and plot a sinusoid to them. From creating all the vetting pages, I was able to find an eclipsing system of the known star V773 Tau. And from this, data from surveys such as Assassin, TESS, ACES, and HATNet were combined to create a fuller looking light curve. You can see here, the eclipse had a depth of about 80% and a duration of 100 days. And it was found that this is actually of a quadruple star system with an inner binary and an outer binary. In the outer binary, having a circumbinary disk around it, and it is believed that this disk is the cause of the eclipse that we see here. A paper discussing this system has been submitted to the Astronomy and Astrophysics Journal, so be on the lookout for that. For this research, I looked over about 1,240 vetting pages in search of eclipses. Parameters for the V773 Tau system were also discussed. And in future, we can investigate other eclipses that were identified and test for the validity of the rotational periods that were found. Thank you for listening.